Hello, my friends. It's Jory with the Blissful Knowing, numerologist, intuitive counselor, and happiness coach here with our weekly guidance. It's Sunday. That's when we do our weekly guidance. I wasn't sure I was going to make it. I'm kind of chasing daylight here. The lighting gets weird when I turn the light on in this room because it's overhead and it starts glaring funny. So I try to do this during the daylight hours, and there's not a lot of sunlight coming in this particular area of the house, but I'm doing my best. I think we're still okay. It doesn't look like it's too dark on the screen. Okay, so we are going to do what we always do. Sometimes I change it up, but today we're sticking with the usual 4-card spread from the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards. All of these decks now I have made myself, and they're available on the blissfulknowing.com. Excellent holiday gift. And then we will do our blessing to remember from the Zen Blossoms and our challenge to embrace from the Love is Everywhere Hearts and Nature cards. With the Blissful Knowing, we're going to do what we have, what we want, what we need, and what we get. It's kind of a strange feeling for me today because I mentioned to you guys last week that I started a new group, a private group. Ooh, we got our first card. Yay, we're moving along. I started a new group recently where I'm doing daily readings. I'm talking about the numbers of the day, and I'm doing daily live streams. So I've been doing daily card readings already every day and live streaming every day in that group. And so it feels a little funny to me today to be on here because usually there's like quite a buildup of momentum for Sunday, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to find out what we're gonna talk about. But was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. In that private group, we had a very profound reading, and I went, holy moly, that's just what I needed to hear. It was sort of a life-changing moment. Hi, Kelly. Lots of clarity and important guidance to get me in the right direction. And so ever since then, I took that advice, and I've been like super chill. I'm like, yay, yay. It was a very big thing that I needed to hear, and I took action in that direction. So I've been very calm. It was quite a tumultuous month up until that point, with that 5 energy of ups and downs and roller coasters and unpredictability, and things finally settled for me. So I'm very happy about that. But then I remembered that most of you guys aren't even in that private group. Hi, Jody. And I was here, I'm thinking, oh, everybody got what they needed already on Friday. Well, that's just a small amount of people. So I thought, wait a minute. There are other people that might need guidance. Hello, duh. So that's why I'm here. I feel like I'm good. I'm good, guys. Yay. But obviously, there's some guidance that wanted to come through, or I wouldn't have been inspired to come on today. I was kind of teetering, like maybe today isn't the right day to come on. My new book is coming in the mail tomorrow, so I hope to be back on later to show you guys that later in the week. But anyway, the guides inspired me. They give me this rush of energy and inspiration and effervescence. So they give me a boost, and I just feel like, okay, I need to go on. I can tell, I can feel it. And that was also one of the things I wanted to share with you guys that we've been talking about in the private group, which is intuition, how when you're supposed to do something, you get a gut feeling and it doesn't go away. Now today I already knew to recognize that feeling. So I was like, okay, I don't need it to keep repeating itself. But with other situations, especially if you're having daily anxiety, it could be your gut trying to tell you something. Oh, we got 2 cards. I saw one of them. Darn it. Well, most of them I haven't seen. Another thing that came up this week in my private group was boundaries and valuing your energy, valuing yourself, where you direct your energy, that you have the choice about where you direct your energy, and you need to value your energy enough to remember that you can choose where to direct it. Hi, Jessica. All right, we're going to flip our cards. What we have, we're going to be quick because I feel like it's getting dark. What we have is our first card from the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards. Relationship reflections. Yes. I'm thinking of my clients, and I'm thinking of myself. This has been a big one with this retrograde, which we're almost done with, you guys. I believe the 20th is when this ends. I'm not sure if it goes direct on the 20th or the 21st, but we're so close. But with the retrograde, Mercury retrograde, it's a very, very reflective time, and it brings up old patterns and old people and things like that. Relationship reflections has been a huge part of our learning, because I'll read the card and then I'll talk a little bit more about that. Let me get one that is a little less scratched. Oh, there it is. Ooh, we are moving fast today. I love it. Relationships are mirrors. What you see in another may also be a part of you. Take time to reflect on what the people in your life have to teach you about yourself. Accepting others for who they are is the key to a peaceful relationship. Rather than trying to change another, consider ways you can change your perception of them. Appreciation and compassion allow you to see others from your higher self's perspective. So what I was going to say is that the Mercury retrograde is an introspective, introverted time, and it's a very reflective time. So there's been a lot of opportunities for learning, a lot of opportunities to uncover things within yourself, to dig deeply, and to get a bigger picture also. So the people in our lives are there to hold up mirrors for us, to show us what we need to look at in ourselves. That is what a soulmate does. So anybody that's holding up a mirror for you, anybody in your life has the opportunity to be a soulmate in that moment for you by holding up a mirror and showing you what you need to know about yourself. So that's something that I'm often asking my clients is, what did this person teach you about you? That's the goal. That's the nugget. That's where you can really learn, because so often we want to project things onto everybody else, expectations and blame, labels, whatever it is, judgment. There's so much we can learn about ourselves when we turn it back. Remember, our externals are a reflection, a projection of our internal. So hopefully you guys have had time to consider the reflections you're getting in your life right now. It's a reflective time with the retrograde. And remember, this is my specialty, so if you need help, I'm here. We can do a private session. Been doing quite a few private sessions lately around this subject. And I know I have learned a ton, like daily lessons during this retrograde, daily reflections, just epiphany after epiphany, sorting through false beliefs, negative beliefs, behaviors I don't want to recreate patterns of. It's been challenging, but it's been extremely enlightening too. So it has been a gift, even though it's not fun, like I said last week, to dig in the skeletons and lift up the rug and all that stuff. It is really beneficial once you've got all that stuff out, how calm and peaceful you can feel, which is where I'm at right now. Thank goodness. All right, so relationship reflections is what we have. Let's see what we want. I'm glad that this is not what we get. I'm glad we're at the stage now where we have already done the work. Or if you haven't done the work, this is saying there are reflections, there are things you can look at. Your life is showing you a mirror. You gotta look. Okay, so what we want. Find some downtime. Yes. Oh, yes. Especially with the 5 energy that's been so chaotic, and 5 does want to break free from responsibilities. It wants to take some time off. Definitely, I feel like I want to do this because I have been through, like I said, lots and lots of digging and sifting through things and gutting things all in here. And I just want to chill. Now that I have a clear mind, I want to find some downtime. So let's read that. There's so much hustle and bustle, chaos energy this month with the 5. So we do want to kind of settle everything down. Let me get the one that I can read better because they're so scratched up from so much daily shuffling, guys. Whoa, here we go. You've been expending a lot of physical and or mental energy, and it's time to give yourself a break. Find something relaxing to do or simply just be. There are great benefits to resting, including clearer focus and renewed energy. Take the pressure off and allow yourself to do whatever it is that feels good to you. Know that you deserve this. It is essential to your well-being. This is critical. This is something that's so important to remember, that finding downtime is essential to your well-being, because I've mentioned before, society teaches us to go, go, go and burn ourselves out. And one of the themes that came up in my private group when we were doing the daily live streams was finding balance between giving and receiving. And again, knowing where to direct your energy. And sometimes that means directing your energy back to yourself. So find some downtime, especially since the holidays can be stressful and can involve a lot of energy planning, whether you're planning meals or whether you're planning your shopping list or planning your family get-togethers. This is their chance now, before things get too crazy, to really chill out. Find that downtime now, build up your reserves, fill up your cup so that you can have something to offer all of those other people that you're probably going to be interacting with over the holidays. So find some downtime. And I'm already like, oh, I can let you guys know that my website has all kinds of fun, unique holiday gifts that can help enhance the lives of others. Had to throw that in there. Perfect opportunity. theblissfulknowing.com. 5 is also very much about promoting. So there you go. All right. So what we need. Think it over. Think it over. And I'm really glad we got this card, because if you can, give yourself a couple more days. Let's get past this Mercury retrograde before we take any major action, if possible. All right. Plus the 5 energy is so fickle. We kind of want to even get past that if we can. Think it over is what we need. More time, thought, and research is needed. You don't have to make a decision in this exact moment, so find out as much as you can before moving forward. Trust that you will always know what you need to know when you need to know it. Ask your higher self to guide you and contemplate whether you are acting out of inspiration or desperation. This will help you to know if you are truly hearing your inner guidance or behaving from a place of fear. Imagine the outcome of both choices and pay attention to which one brings you more relief. There's so many good nuggets of wisdom in this card, guys, and this pair is driving me crazy. Where is it? Okay, let me start from the bottom here. Imagine the outcome of both choices and pay attention to which one brings you more relief. With this fickle 5 energy, sometimes it's hard to get clarity. We also have, it's an 11-month, which 1 + 1 reduces to 2, and 2 can be very indecisive. So we have this combination of indecision, indecisiveness, and fickleness, which is really hard to get clarity. So I actually did do this exact thing earlier in the week, was to imagine the outcome of both choices and ask myself which one brings me more relief. Which one feels like it's going to bring me more relief? And that is how I made my choice. And I'm so glad I made that choice, because I did feel incredible peace and relief. Now, let's go back to this line. Ask yourself if you are contemplate whether you are acting out of inspiration or desperation. This is one of my favorite things to teach people, because I think it's really, really a great little meter of clarity. Am I acting out of inspiration? That's coming from my higher self. That means I'm following my passion, my excitement. I'm following the relief. I feel myself being pulled in this direction because it feels good. Or am I acting out of desperation, which means I'm so desperate to force an outcome. I'm so afraid if I don't do this, or if I don't ask for this, or if I don't take this action, whatever it is. I'm kind of repeating myself in a weird way. But anyway, whatever it is, it's coming from fear. So you've got to ask yourself, why? Am I coming from fear, or am I coming from the higher self inspiration, gut feeling? And the other thing I wanted to really quickly go over is trust that you will always know what you need to know when you need to know it. That's even more important now in the 5 energy, because 5 is all about going with the flow and living in the moment, living in the now. It's so fickle. It's constantly changing. It's so in flux that there's no way to predict it. There isn't. You have to live in the now, and that's your only point of power is in the now anyway. So you need to wait and operate from this place of being in the now, and you will know what you need to know in that moment. And if you don't know yet, that means you don't need to know. So it's very comforting if you can tell yourself, I will know what I need to know when I need to know it. I don't know right now, but I don't need to know, because I don't have to figure this out right now. And that is a really good ego negotiation, self-soothing kind of thing where you say, okay, I know you're trying to solve the problem. It's not your job. It's not your job, physical mind, to even solve this because you don't have the big picture. But you can say, it's okay. I don't have to figure this out right now. And you can feel the sense of quiet in the mind and the peace that comes from that. So think it over. This is telling us we don't have to make a decision in the moment. We can wait until things fall into place a little bit more. We can analyze if it's inspiration or desperation, if it's going to bring us more relief. That's what we're going to do. All right. Linda. Okay, so what we get. Love yourself. Oh, that is so nice. So much of the struggle comes from not loving ourselves and not knowing our worth. Really, I always tell you guys that it all boils down to self-love and self-worth. And the struggle really usually is rooted very deeply in lack of self-love or lack of self-worth. And I tell people also that you can love yourself, but then you can have the next day, you can feel like, okay, there is a piece of me I'm not loving. It's not like I love myself and therefore I'm always going to love myself and everything's going to be perfect from now on. It fluctuates and there's little pieces of yourself. You always have to integrate things. So, I feel like I love myself, but there are times when things trigger and I say, oh, I must not be loving myself enough or I wouldn't be feeling this way right now. So love yourself. We're giving ourselves permission to be okay as we are. We're perfect and whole as we are. And I think that's a big piece that comes up during all this reflectivity with the relationship reflections is looking at where we're not loving ourselves or where we're not valuing ourselves. When we love ourselves, life reflects that love back to us. Know that you are worthy and wonderful. Get to know yourself on a deeper level so that you can accept and appreciate all that you are. Put yourself first and know that you deserve all that life has to offer. You are perfectly you and becoming more each day. Give yourself credit for all you have experienced and accomplished so far, and remember that self-love is the key to happiness and success. I like that we're getting this for what we get. I like that. That feels really good and nice. So love yourself. I hope that by the end of this retrograde, you guys will be feeling, like I said, that you got to kind of that place where I've just recently gotten to, where I worked through all of the places where I maybe wasn't valuing myself or my time or whatever it was. And you can find that downtime and feel that peace. Okay, so these are our 4 cards and they're really low. I don't know why, but you guys can't really read the fine print anyway. So I'm actually going to take them down because we're going to do our blessing to remember and our challenge to embrace. It's getting darker and darker, so I got to be quick. All right, so our blessing to remember from the Zen Blossoms. Ooh, excitement. Oh, it's a pom-pom. It's a pom-pom. Pom-pom flower. I don't know what this flower is called, actually. This is the only flower. I might have figured it out and put it in the pamphlet that comes with this deck, but I remember struggling to figure out what flower this was. I remember I captured this photo in California at the Botanical Gardens, actually where I just was at the San Diego Botanical Gardens. I should have looked for it again. I don't think it was in bloom. I would have spotted it. I could have figured out what it was. Anyway, tangent. So excitement is our blessing to remember. There's the 5 energy brings excitement. And one of the things that I worked through this last week was, what does excite me? And how can I direct my energy to the things that excite me? And maybe the things that did excite me don't excite me anymore, and that's okay. That just means I need to redirect my energy now, because excitement is the communication from your higher self. Excitement and passion is the language of your higher self, telling you, focus on this, go here, do this. Follow that thread of excitement. Follow that thread of passion. That will lead you. Excitement. When you feel excited, that is your higher self telling you this is worth focusing on. This is worth focusing on. So, again, ask yourself where you are directing your energy. Are you directing it towards your excitement? And did your excitement from the past shift now into something else, and it's okay. Where we struggle is we feel like we have to keep putting our energy into things that are draining us. Maybe they excited us at one point, but now you have to recognize, is this deflated? Is this sucking me dry? No. That means it's done. It's time to shift your focus. Or maybe it's not done, but it's done for now. And we need to shift our focus. So let excitement communicate to you where you should be putting your energy. What feels really good to you? What lights you up? And sometimes it's not even like jumping up and down excitement, but it's just that feeling, like I mentioned, of relief. What feels like relief? Let me follow in this moment whatever contains the most amount of relief or excitement. Let me go in that direction moment by moment, and synchronicity will lead you. If you follow it to the best of your ability with no insistence or attachment to the outcome. And that is the hardest part, because when we attach to the outcome, that's when we create the suffering. And I've been talking about that quite a bit in my private group. So follow the excitement. The blessing is that we have these emotions to guide us. We have these emotions. When we feel negative emotion, that means we're focused on something that is unwanted. So then we can shift our focus. What is the opposite of this thing that I'm focusing on? There's an opposite. Everything has two sides to it. So whatever's unwanted means there's something on the other side of it that's wanted. Let me shift my focus to what I do want, what does excite me. So I'm happy to get this as our blessing card. I love this little pom-pom flower card. It's so cute. Wait a minute. Why are we so low? There we go. Excitement. Now we've got 2 cards from the heart deck. For our challenge to embrace, we've got double the challenge. I got to fluff my hair. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we've got 2 cards. I have to make my hair look like this picture. 2 cards for our challenge to embrace. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to flip them over at the same time because usually it's a collective message when we get 2 cards for 1 slot. Challenge to embrace. Oh, faith and resilience. Oh my goodness, where to start? Faith and resilience. Oh gosh. Well, guys, when we have retrograde, things go backwards and things don't always work. It can be challenging. When we have 5 energy, things don't always stick. So with that combination, you may have had some experiences lately where you're frustrated because you're trying to, again, make something happen or wanting something to happen and it's just not coming into fruition. It's really slow going, or maybe it's even going backwards with the retro, since retro is about going back. So this card is reminding us to keep the faith, and with resilience, it's reminding us that we're going to bounce back. Remember, you pull that rubber band back, the minute you let go, we go shooting forward, we're building momentum. This backwards motion is actually helping us to get clarity because we're doing a lot of reflection. We're getting clarity on what's important to us, clarity where we want to put our energy, clarity on what we truly want to experience in our lives. And the clearer we are, the further forward we can move once that energy is ready to go forward again. So it does benefit us. Let me get you a little bit better picture before I go into a little more detail here about why I picked these words for these particular pictures, because I think it's good to explore that. I think it's going to give us a little more insight. We just had the faith card come up in my daily live stream group. Where did the resilience card go? Where are you? I don't see you and I'm getting impatient. Okay, weird. Weird. Hang on, guys. I have another deck. It's probably right here. I'm laughing. I'm like, this is the worst thing that people want. Like in radio, they're like, we can't have dead air time. Somebody say something. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're good. We are so good. Okay, so I picked the word faith for this flower because inside here, it reminded me of mustard seeds. And you know the expression, faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. We talked about this in my private group this week. When we allow and we let go of resistance, faith is believing and faith is trusting without seeing. So we're allowing, we're letting go of resistance. We can move mountains. What it really means to me is when you let go of the resistance, you raise your frequency to align with what you want. When you raise your frequency, you're matching the frequency of what you want, because I've said it before, everything we want is here and now. All possibilities are here and now. The reason why we can't see the things that we want is they're not made visible to us until we match the frequency of them. So we are constantly emitting a true core frequency, constantly. So the things that we want and that are matched are automatically being drawn to us, the things that are matched to that frequency, because like attracts like, it's physics. So the things we want are trying to get to us, and we have to align with that frequency, our true core frequency, by letting go of resistance in order to then see those things, for them to be the invisible to become visible. And that's why they're talking about moving mountains, because the mountain might not be there. I'm going to get too deep and I'm going to stop right there. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to start talking about shifting parallel realities. It's too deep. All right, they're telling me to keep moving on. It's getting dark. So faith and resilience. Okay, so believing that you will bounce back, believing that things are going to come together. Resilience. Resilience is a cactus. A cactus holds on to water. Now this particular cactus looked a little bit scarred, but all around it is support and protection. It's the universal support and protection. And it has healed from the past scars. And back here is the torch, the light that never goes out. This is your light, your inner light. It never goes out. And a cactus will fill itself up with water, so it's going to have reserves. It's got what it needs to get through. So, together with faith and resilience, these cards are challenged to embrace. It is reminding us to have faith that things will bounce back, that things will go in the direction that we want, that things will get better. And things, I feel like they're showing me that things are going to leap forward. They're going to leap forward again, because we've been going back. And we're about to make a nice forward motion, movement. So I feel like I'm not making any sense anymore, but I'm sure I'll be okay when I watch the replay. So that's exciting to know that they're reminding us to have faith that things are going to bounce back again. If it's been slow, if it's been a struggle, if it's been challenging, we have what we need. Keep the faith. We have what we need within us to bounce back. That's nice. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Please say hi if you're watching the replay. Come visit me on theblissfulknowing.com. I've been selling quite a few of the Blissful Knowing decks with my new pendulums as a gift. It's a really great gift that can offer daily inspiration, daily encouragement, clarity, positivity. I've also got a few of these left. These are the original rainbow pendulums. Anyway, please check out theblissfulknowing.com if you're interested in booking a session with me, or if you want to see my beautiful crystal jewelry, the electromagnetic frequency mitigating orgone, which has wonderful energy, the pyramid energy generators. Lots of good stuff on theblissfulknowing.com. I'll link it in the comments so you guys can check it out. I really appreciate your support. Small businesses really, really, really appreciate your support. So I encourage you to shop small if you can. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.